Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video and welcome to a games I have recently completed video. So yeah, looking back, I've not done one of these videos since the 15th of November 2018. So yeah, 3 months ago. So it's been quite a while. And as a result, I've built up a fairly decent bundle of games here that I've completed since then. If I can do this right without revealing any games, here's the ones I've completed. Look. You see there's an Xbox 360 game in there, PS1 game, PS4 games and PS3 games. No PS2 games at all. I need to change that, guys. I don't really have that many PS2 games I want to play through, so that's kind of a problem, I guess. I mean, there's some like Tenchu I would kind of like to play through. There's that Red Ninja game that looks pretty interesting. I wouldn't mind playing through like something like Stuntman or something at some point, because I've got that. There's some interesting games that I've got, I've just not really had the urge to play them, you know. So yeah, let's get this in probably no particular order. I'll just throw them out there in any order. This is one of the games I got for Christmas, and that was Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes, which is very like Dynasty Warriors like, but it feels a little bit like Devil May Cry in a way as well. It's like a combination of the both of them. Like the combos and that you can do just feel a little bit like Devil May Cry. But the maker of Devil May Cry, so the maker of Devil May Cry 4, so that kind of, makes that seem a little bit more, justified. But this is actually a good game. Had a lot of like humour to it and stuff. I'm sure I've mentioned before about these guys that you couldn't kill them because they kept like eating rice balls, so you had to like destroy their supply of rice balls so you could actually take them down, so they couldn't like heal themselves. So something like that. That was pretty funny. I did enjoy that. Yeah, it's basically just going through arenas and taking down the boss in each arena, and you get like a partner in that for some of the levels and that, and it's pretty fun. It's a little bit repetitive, like you'd expect from a game like Dynasty Warriors, but I don't know. For me, it was pretty fun. For like an hour or something. It's it was pretty fun for what it was. Completed it as one character. There's like so many characters. I think there's like 5 to start off with. I think there's like another like 5 or 6 you can unlock, so you can play for this game like 10 times with 10 different characters at least, So I did start it as a second character, but I've never went back to it, so yeah, it will be a game I'll go back to, because like I say, it was fun for what it was. So yeah, Sengoku Basara. Next one I played through is another one before Christmas, and that was Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones, which is the third Prince of Persia game, which was on the PS2. Obviously I'm not including Prince of Persia before that, which was on like the NES or the SNES or something. The original game was like a side-scroller, like platformer. Yeah, the third PS2 game, and I actually just skipped like Warrior Within. Like I played that like last year sometime, and I didn't like it at all. I thought the navigation was awful. I just couldn't get into it. And I love the song, I Stand Alone by Godsmack. I absolutely love that song. It was great to hear that in the game. It was quite cool getting chased by the what you call it, Dahaka, or whatever you call it. It was pretty cool, but navigation in that game was just awful. Didn't like it, so I skipped that, and I went on to Two Thrones. I actually thought Two Thrones was a good game. Being someone that's not that into Prince of Persia, I mean, I thought the Sands of Time was a decent game. I thought the Forgotten Sands was a decent game. I thought the 2008 one was garbage. The cel-shaded graphic ones, I thought that was horrible. I thought that was so boring, I just couldn't get into that game at all. But yeah, the Two Thrones was good. I liked how the prince had like a voice in his head throughout the whole game. It was like an evil voice, and that voice had a great had great humour in it, the dialogue between the prince and the voice in the prince's head was actually really entertaining. I really enjoyed that. Because the prince can turn into this shadow demon, throughout certain parts of the game. So that was kind of interesting. I prefer just playing as the prince, because when you're playing as a shadow demon, although you are a lot stronger, basically your health drains down if you don't try and get some sands and stuff. I think you have to pick up these sands that the enemies drop in that to basically get your health back. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. But yeah, I thought it was a good game. I don't think it was my favourite one. I don't know, maybe prefer it to the Sands of Time, but I do think like the Forgotten Sands is probably my favourite one. But yeah, I thought it was a good game for what it was. Yeah, good stuff. It was a bit glitchy, but I think like all these games are glitchy because they've got like glitchy ports, you know. I mean, I played like the Sands of Time, and there's like a cutscene with the prince had like a hole in his face. So yeah, they're weird. They're weird ports, but they're definitely playable. You've got to get quite lucky. And there was a bit that was playing in Two Thrones where I took damage from fire, and I was nowhere near the fire. So yeah, that was weird. But yes, overall, guys, good game. Definitely recommend that one if you're into like Prince of Persia and like action platformers. I think you'll probably enjoy it. Going to the Xbox 360 game now, and we have Fable 2. And for my first experience with Fable, I've got to admit, I'm pretty impressed. This is a really good game. So yeah, I started this quite early on last year, and then like I abandoned it for like 2 months or something. I don't know why. I just never really had the urge to play it again, and when I finally went back and got into it again, I really got into it and really enjoyed it. I thought Fable 2 was an awesome game. What can I say? There's like so many things you can do about, doing this game. I love how like, if you're like healing, eat food to heal yourself, and basically eat too much unhealthy stuff, you get fat. So that was kind of an interesting thing. Your character can get really fat and stuff. So yeah, it's just like an interesting feature about the game. Obviously you can like marry people, you can buy houses, you can have kids, all that stuff, It's pretty interesting, I will admit. And it's definitely one of those games I'd like to play through again and like do different things, because you can choose to be a good guy or a bad guy. Overall, I'm usually like the good guy in games, and like if I have like a second playthrough of a game, I usually try and do like more like bad stuff. Kind of like what I do with Fallout. I do like being the good guy at first, and then having just like a playthrough where I'm like a total douchebag. So I might do that in this game and see what happens. See if there's any like differences and things. Get people to like hate me and stuff. So that'll be interesting. So this is kind of like an action RPG. It's got like hack and slash kind of elements. It's got like shooting elements. Like the RPG elements where you like level up and stuff. It's an interesting game. It's really easy. I will say that about the game. It's not really that difficult. Not a game that you'll find that challenging or anything. Just one of those kind of like relaxing games that you can just breeze through and have a lot of fun. So yeah, Fable 2. We're going to get Fable 3 at some point as well, or Fable 1 on the original Xbox perhaps. But yeah, Fable 3 I'll definitely get at some point. I don't know where I'd put it in my Xbox games. I wouldn't put it above like Gears of War or Forza Motorsport 2, but I'd put it above Quake 4. I wouldn't put it above Project Gotham Racing 4. That was a good game. I'd put it above Crackdown. I'd probably say that. Yeah. I've not played many Xbox games, so I can't compare it too much, but it was a good game. I really enjoyed it. Next game we'll get on with is a PS3 game I got for my Christmas, and very interesting game. And I really loved this game. I fell in love with this game. I thought this game was excellent. Just a really cool, interesting game. Something you can just sit back and relax with for a certain period. Because the game actually got pretty hard later on. But it's Child of Eden. And how the hell do I explain this one? It's just like a game where you're in it's kind of like an Unreal shooter. You've got these like shapes coming at you. You have to like purify certain shapes, and you have to destroy certain shapes. And all these like shapes like fire like projectiles at you. You have to like destroy. These purple ones, these are the ones you have to like avoid or you take damage from. And then just like other ones you have to like purify and stuff. It's a really weird game. It's a hard game to explain. But the music, oh my god, the music's so good. It's like techno-y, trance kind of music. Oh, beautiful, guys. Really beautiful music. I love it. Just really added to the mood of the game. I mean, I'll probably tell you all you need to know, because you can just see it's really bright, really colourful. Just an amazing game, Just a really unique game. It'll take you like 2 or 3 hours to complete. It's a really short game, but it's a lot of fun. I had to do certain levels a few times because it was pretty damn tough. I remember getting like quite far into the level and having to redo it again, which cost me like about 10 minutes, which it was a little bit annoying, but you know, like I say, I liked the game so much, I was determined to keep going, you know, to get better at the game and stuff, and yeah, just a great game, just a really, really good game. One thing I would say I don't like about the game is the fact that you have to like earn like so many stars to like progress to the next level. So sometimes if you don't like get like a good rating in some of the levels, you have to go back to like certain levels and, you know, just basically play through them again and get more stars. I mean, it's not really like you have to get better, like when you go back to previous levels, say like you earn like 2 stars in a level, it's not like you have to get like 3 stars to earn a star, if that makes sense. If you earn like 2 stars, just like this, you know, the same 2 stars you earned before, you still get that 2 stars, you know. Same as if you earned 2 stars before and you only earn 1 star, you still get that 1 star, you know. If you got 3 stars, obviously you get 3 stars. But yeah, it's an interesting game. But I liked it. There's not many games out there like this. It kind of hurts your eyes after a while because it is really like bright and stuff. So a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, it's just a cool game, guys. I'd definitely recommend, you know, checking out gameplay of this game at least, you know, because I'm probably not explaining this very well. It's a difficult game to explain. But it's a beautiful game, it really, really is. So yeah, Child of Eden, good stuff. Next one really surprised me, Prototype 2. See, I really went into Prototype 2 blind, never played Prototype 1. They always looked like games that looked really, really average. But some people really liked them, so yeah, when I finally got Prototype 2, I played through it and I really, really enjoyed it. I thought this game was a lot of fun. I really like, you know, Heller. I think Heller's like a really, really like funny character. I mean, he just like swear a lot and stuff, so if you don't like that, you probably won't like his character too much, but I thought it was funny, you know. So yeah, there's a lot of swearing, a lot of shouting as well. You know, where's your goddamn zombies now? And that's the clean version of it. Yeah, I just thought it was an entertaining character, a good character to listen to. A likeable character, I would say. And the gameplay was a lot of fun. Felt a little bit like Infamous, but obviously, you know, you're turning like a mutated, like, you get like mutated like weapons and things, that massive blade and stuff. Bloody awesome. You get like claws like Wolverine. You know, just get like a lot of like cool weapons when you mutate into the prototype, you know. Which I really, really enjoyed. So yeah, I'd say a lot better than Infamous. Infamous for me got boring. This one didn't really seem to get boring. I was really like into like the characters and the story and like the gameplay was a lot of fun, you know. So yeah, I really liked it. I love how you can like shapeshift into like people to disguise yourself. You can like become a scientist or a police officer or, you know, just like a random civilian, you know. That was pretty damn cool. You know, really, really cool stuff. And definitely I would say that I want to get the first game. Because a lot of people say the first game is really, really good as well. So, but I think the first game's got a different character. So yeah, that'll be interesting. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one, guys. Say it took me by surprise and, you know, had a blast of it. So yeah, Prototype 2, definitely recommend that one. You may be noticing a trend here, guys. I'm actually playing good games for once, you know. Usually with these like games that are completed, there's usually a few that I'm like, I didn't like this game very much, but I got so far I wanted to continue with it. But yeah, it's not really the case. It's not really been the case recently. I've only been playing games that I've really, really enjoyed, and it's made me, you know, enjoy games more, you know. Of course. Next one I finally, you know, finished off, and that was Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap. I mentioned in the, you know, games I got for Christmas that I was basically coming up to like the final level, and the final boss wasn't actually too challenging, believe it or not. Maybe I just got lucky, but I didn't actually find the final boss, you know, that much more difficult than other bosses in the game. It was the level going up to the final boss that was a nightmare. For me, that's kind of like a trend in this game. The bosses aren't that difficult, but the levels themselves are quite challenging, so it kind of lets you off a little bit with the bosses, not making them like super tough. But yeah, it's just a great game, guys. You know, so much like charm, personality. You know, great art. This like art style looks absolutely tremendous. You know, like this hand drawn like graphics look really blooming cool. And also all the different like animals you change into. They've all got their like own like, you know, powers and things. So obviously you can like fly with the bird character. You can swim with like the fish character. And when you're playing as like the little mouse there, you can go into like small areas that other like characters can't go into. So you have to like mix and match with characters, go to like certain areas with certain characters and things. It's, you know, it's cool like figuring stuff out like that. I did have to use a walkthrough like once, which wasn't really, it was disappointing. I do like to play through games without using a walkthrough, but there was one I did get a little bit stuck. I had no idea where I was going. And after I found out where I was going, I was like, why didn't I figure that out? Yeah, it's one of those dumb moments. I like bloody getting lost for like 10 minutes, and when finding out what you actually had to do, it wasn't that difficult at all. But you know, that happens. If I like played around with it whenever like half an hour, I probably would have figured it out, but I'm quite impatient when it comes to games. I like to, know what I'm doing, But yeah, this was a great game. Really good stuff, guys. If you're into like retro style platformers, definitely recommend this one. I had a blast with this game. Okay, so we're on to the last 3 games now. And next one is another PS4 game. This was one that Stars Gaming got me for Christmas, and that is Digimon World Next Order. So yeah, final play for this one, like the main story. There's loads of side stuff you can do, which I don't know if I'll attempt, because some of that's supposed to be really challenging, so the game's bloody hard enough as it is, I tell you. This is a blooming tough game. But hey, this was so much fun, guys. I was blooming hooked on this game, I really was. It was just so blooming fun. Took it back to, Digimon World on the PS1, all over again. But obviously this one's got like a lot more stuff, a lot more Digimon you can get. It's probably easier to get Digimon than it is in the original Digimon World, because it actually tells you like some of the requirements you have to get in order to Digivolve, which the original Digimon World didn't do that, which was always one of the things that put me off Digimon World 1. Despite absolutely loving the game to death, one of my favourite games of all time. Not knowing what you could Digivolve into really put me off until, obviously there's like guides and that for it now. It's like a Digivolution tool, you can figure it out by using that. But in this you can actually unlock the start requirements, so you can actually see what you have to do in order to Digivolve. Just sometimes getting those stats, especially at the beginning of the game, can be quite tough. But it's one of those games you have to keep going and going and going, and obviously your Digimon gets stronger and stronger with each rebirth and stuff. And it's just a great game, absolutely amazing game. Love the locations in the game. I love the way the Digimon look. Love the fight system's pretty damn cool. The only thing I don't like about this game is the difficulty. The difficulty can get you, really get you down. It's really challenging until you figure out how to train properly and stuff. But yeah, like I say, absolutely tremendous, guys. Really good stuff. Well, I'll go back and do some of the extra stuff at some point, but at the moment I need to take a break because this game it took it out of me. It was really challenging. So, it might not look challenging. Okay, it looks so bumming cutesy and things, but don't let that fool you. This game will kick your ass multiple times. But yeah, amazing game, guys. I really enjoyed it. And this is a PS1 game that I finally played through, and I thought this game was pretty good. It does have quite a lot of faults, but I still really enjoyed it, overall. And that was Pac-Man World on PS1. Which, again, this was a game that my mum gave me because she found it in her house when she was moving house, so I'm guessing this must have been my sister's or something back in the day, but she doesn't play PlayStation anymore, so she doesn't need it. It's probably going to end up going to a charity shop or something, so yeah, I'm happy to have it. And yeah, play through it, and it's pretty good. Pretty damn challenging, actually. Yeah, okay, it looks cute saying that, but it can be quite tough. Some of the platforming in this is really challenging. And some of the bosses, holy hell. The second boss in the game is so unfair. It's so unfair. I don't know how you're supposed to avoid so much stuff that's coming at you at one point, because Pac-Man himself, he doesn't really control that well. It controls a little bit stiff, He's no Sonic the Hedgehog or Spyro or Crash Bandicoot. He feels pretty stiff at times, and having to dodge so many projectiles at once, that boss was a nightmare. Right, I'm back. I had to look up the name there. If you want to see a blooming bullshit boss, just look up Pac-Man World Anubis Rex. And you'll see what I mean. This boss is bullshit. Really, really stupid. There's no way you can actually fight that boss without losing life. So there's just no way. Unless you're a god at the game. Because it just blooming kick your ass. There's so much projectiles. Or so many projectiles at once. It's blooming unfair. It really, really is, guys. One of the most unfair boss fights of all time, I would probably say. At least from what I've played, I can't really think of too many more bosses that were as unfair as this. That was so blooming unfair, So I lost 15, 16 lives fighting this boss. It was so blooming unfair. It really, really was. I was lucky I built up quite a lot of lives, but that was unfair. But I like the level designs themselves, like a space level, which is probably my favourite one in the game. You know, up in space. I love the music in that level. It was really like spacey and stuff. It really fit the mood of the level. But yeah, Pac-Man World, it's a decent game. It's like a 6 out of 10 game, nothing more than that. But yeah, still good. You know, really beautiful looking game, really bright, colourful, and yeah, pretty fun. Just kind of difficult and bullshit at times, but still a lot of fun. And the last game was a game I started last week, and I played for it in about 4 days. And I actually like this game a lot. Like, this is like an unpopular gaming opinion. And speaking of unpopular opinions, I'm thinking about doing a new series, but we'll get to that at the end of the video. Because I've got a lot of unpopular opinions when it comes to like movies and games. So I might actually turn that into a series. But we'll see. Like, get some hate on the channel, you know? But yeah, I actually love this game. And it is The Legend of Spyro Dawn and the Dragon. Yep, I can probably hear hate already, because people hate this game. People hate the Legend of Spyro series in general. I've only played, apart from this one, I've only played The New Beginning, and I loved it. I thought The New Beginning on PS2 was a really good game. Way better than like Hero's Tale or Enter the Dragonfly. Obviously it's not going to compare to like, you know, Spyro on the PS1, because they're absolute classics. They're masterpieces of games. But actually, I thought this game was a lot of fun. You know, I really liked it. I mean, obviously, like these games have got platforming like in them, but not really as much or near as much as like the original games. They're more like action games, like hack and slash games. Kind of like God of War. It definitely got like a God of War feel because of the music. The music's kind of like God of War. You know, like orchestra kind of stuff. You know, I love it though. I think it really fits like the mood of the game. In this game you've got like Cinder with you throughout the whole game. You switch between Spyro and Cinder. They've both got like different abilities. Obviously like Spyro's got like flame breath, his freeze breath, his lightning breath and stuff. And Cinder's got like a whole like different like set of breaths. Things like poison, fear, and darkness I think. And then another one. Can't remember what the other one was. But yeah, different like you can like do different things with different characters. Only like do like going to like certain areas with certain characters and things. You have to keep switching. And you can't like drift too far apart from your characters because they're like chained together with like some kind of like dark chain thing. So you have to like stick together. And like, if you wanted, you could play like the whole game in co-op. Just like support that. So one person could play Spyro, one person could play Cinder. So that's kind of different, I guess. To be honest, I do kind of like Spyro's character in this game. You know, he's more like grown up, I guess. He's like a more serious kind of character. It's got like a more serious tone to the game. But I don't mind that at all. I just take it like the Legend of Spyro as like a totally different, Spyro series, So, if you go into this like expecting a classic Spyro game, you're gonna hate it. I think that's probably like the reason why people hate this game. If you can look past that, think of it as God of War but with Spyro or something, you might end up enjoying this game. It's like a less violent God of War, put it that way. Yeah, I just like it. I love the music. I think the locations are pretty damn good. The flying in this game is really awkward, though. That's something I will say about the game. The flying just doesn't work well at all. It's like sometimes you feel like you can fly high, sometimes you don't. It's horrible. I prefer like Spyro not being able to fly properly. Just have his gliding ability. That's fine. Especially when you can fly all over the place and just it feel like awkward and not being able to like go where you actually want to go. So that is kind of something I would say is really awkward about the game. But something else I will say about the game, it is a little bit repetitive. It can be, like the frame rate does drop quite a lot as well during like fights and things. I will say that. But overall I thought this game was pretty decent. I would say I would prefer The Legend of Spyro: The New Beginning, but I still think it's a decent game. I wouldn't pay like £30 for it. Like this game sometimes goes for £30 on PS3. It's quite an uncommon game. Yeah, I wouldn't pay that for it. I wouldn't pay like £20 for it. I'd struggle to pay £10 for it. But I still think it's a decent game. I do. I still think it's a decent game. So yeah, I'm not going to say any more on it. But yeah, I do like the game. I think it's a decent game. And I do want to play the Legend of Spyro: The Eternal Night at some point as well on PS2. Since I totally jumped that game, but I don't have that game. I don't know how much how much that game goes for. Hopefully it's not too much. And I can pick it up cheap. But yeah, Legend Spyro, I think it's a decent series, I really, really do. But anyway guys, that is it for games I've recently completed. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. A pretty decent, collection of games that I've completed here. So yeah, it'll probably be another couple of months before I make another one, depending on how fast I beat like certain games and stuff. So yeah, so going on about that series, I was thinking about doing this unpopular opinion series. Yeah, I've got a lot of unpopular opinions when it comes to like games and like movies. Like it's like a lot of like really like well liked like games and well liked movies. I just can't stand. I really, really can't. So I might like make like videos talking about unpopular gaming opinions and movie opinions. Like say liking this, that's an unpopular opinion. But what would be unpopular is if I said I prefer this to the original Spyro, which I don't, but I'm not that bad. But yeah, so it might be something I might do in the future. It might attract hate, but I don't know, it might be something to like try, something to, experiment with, But yeah, let me know if you're interested in that, some unpopular opinions. And yeah guys, I'll catch you all in the next video. See you guys, thanks for watching.